to kind of mess around with my app, and I already made 3 different pages. And some of the functions that have been really useful for me is this plugin function, the asset function, and the repeat grid function that you see here. And I will quickly go over just each of those 3 features that I just talked about. So let's go ahead and create some new artboards. With the artboards, you can choose different sizes to make, but I want to kind of focus on the iPhone XR like I have been using so far. And then if you press V, that's like a hotkey to kind of go back to the select function. So the first plugin that I want to use is the icon and symbols plugin, and each of these plugins are all free to use. If you press this plus button right here, there's a bunch of different Adobe XD plugins that you can use. And if you click on install, it only takes a couple seconds to install onto it. And I want to focus on the icon and symbols plugin. Now this is really useful for me if I wanted to create an icon or symbol on my app page. So let's say I wanted to create an icon, a search icon. All I would have to do is click on the icon and it would show up like that. If I wanted to make, let's say, create an upload icon, there's all sorts of different icons you can use. You can either rotate it or make it larger. It's up to you how you want to use this plugin. And it's really useful for me to create these different symbols for each of my bezels that you see right here, as well as my home function and my search icon. If you want to make it pretty like that, all you would have to do is make a circle. And if there's a color that you've been using throughout your project that you really like this light blue color that I've been using, you can actually save it into your assets page down here below. And this color, I just named it V. You click on it and it fills up the circle that you want. Now, if I wanted to drag the circle over the search button, it actually covers it up. So what you would have to do is you double click on it or right click on it and you send it to the back. And that's sort of how I did that. If you highlight both these icons right here, and you click on any of these buttons, you can make the search bar transparent and it combines the two together. And that's how I was sort of able to make this search and this home button, as you can see here. The other plugin I want to quickly touch on is the free stock search for XD. That allowed me to create these different backgrounds for my pages. So let's go ahead and let's say I wanted to create a minimalist background for my page right here. I would just search it up, and before you click on it, you have to make sure you specify where you want the picture to go to. If you were to just click on the picture right now, it would actually fill up the entire program, all the space that you see. So if I create a rectangle right here and click on this picture that I want to upload, and it will bring it over here. And if you have a wall of text like this, all you would have to do is what I said earlier with this search bar is you send the circle to the back, or you send the text to the back. And that's sort of the way you can do that. So let's say you send it to the back and you wanted to bring a wall of text over it. So let's go ahead and click on this wall of text, copy it, and then boom, you could have that. If you wanted to, let's say, bring another stock photo up, you can do that as well. So if I click on this tree page right here, it would upload to the circular image that I've provided. And with this plugin, there's a bunch of different pictures that you can use, because I don't know where they get these pictures from, but there's a lot of different sources, and you can look up any kind of pictures that you want to add onto your app right now. The last feature that I want to talk about is this repeat grid function. Now this repeat grid function has allowed me to create these 4 bezels that you've seen right here. So I'm going to quickly touch on that. If you click on the rectangle icon and you make a square, a rectangle, and then you click on one of these circles inside, you can actually round out the edges with the rectangle. And if you wanted to duplicate this grid and make more, all you would have to do is press repeat grid. And if you drag it down, you have consistent grids. And if you drag it to the side, you have that as well. So that's been really useful to use. If you wanted to change up the spacing of these notches, you can do that as well. Same goes for text boxes that you might have. The text box function is kind of a pain in the ass to use, but you can use repeat grid on that as well. And then once you get to the prototype function, if I wanted to make the search box go to the search function, all I would have to do is click on it, drag the link over to this page. So once I click on this icon right here, it would take me to that page. And let's say I wanted to make a different trigger than a tab, I can do that as well. Different transition techniques. If I wanted to kind of slide up, I can do that as well. Ease out means after a certain point, it sort of takes you back to the default page that you came back from. So that's a useful function as well. So if you can see, click on the search, it takes me to search bar. If I press the home button, it will take me to the home button. I can press the account function, it'll take me to the account page that I have, and then back to the home page. So I hope that sort of helped with using Adobe XD.